Welcome to another episode of Ancient Divinations, blazing one for the nations. And we're going to be doing a little reading a day. A little bit of reading a day. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But I'm glad you are here with me. I want to tell you all that April is going to be a little tumultuous. So y'all just keep your head. Make a way for yourself like I did. I actually, at my job, I ended up stepping down. Didn't have to, but I went ahead and stepped down just to relieve myself of the unnecessary headache and stress and stuff like that. Because it was taking a toll on myself. So this might be just that type of month to where it does get a little fiery, but that'll let you know where you need to put yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like me stepping down out of my supervisor position, just because the position I left to take that position wasn't paying that much less, and then at the same time, I'm a lot less stressful. The job I have is a lot less stressful. My mind is more clear, because it was really taking a toll on me, taking me away from doing readings and stuff like that. Just not being able to be there for my family like I want to, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump right into the reading. Most High, what do we have for the people today? Most High, what do we have for the people today? They're walking this journey through life. They're trying to make a way for themselves. They tapped into ancient divinations today to find out where they are in this fool's journey. Okay, so it gave me a couple cards. The Hermit card, and a lot of decks it's synonymous with Virgo. Also could be Aquarius. The Hermit is a very clairvoyant entity. Wisdom, the director of the will, right? And and the second card came out was Virgo. So we could be talking about a Virgo here. The Sage, which is the Hermit, is the number 9 card. And I also have the 9 of Wands here. Egyptian Tarot called the 9 of Scepters, which is also an Aquarius card. So we have Aquarius, Virgo. We have these Mercury placements here. So the Most High wanted me to know that this is the entity that we're talking about. So the archetype, the Hermit, somebody might be taking a step back, just like I said, to see through the darkness with their lantern, because a lot of the Rider-Waite decks have the old man with the lantern. It's representing wisdom in the darkness. It's representing a way out of no way. So maybe you might just have to take a step back, review, look deep into something, because Aquarius people are going to change something. Virgos being an earth sign, they are a little slower to change. So this is meaning that you're taking your time, but you're looking, right? So it could be a new job, right? You're looking for a new job. You can't just find one like that. It takes time, because now you want to apply to a certain place, right? Or looking for a new home. I just see a seeker. I see a seeker here looking for something. Even if it's a spouse, right? You have to go on a few dates. You have to have some conversations. It don't just happen like that, right? You can't just run off in the sunset with the first person you meet. You have to talk to this person. Make sure that you all are aligned together. Okay. Ooh. So we have offering. The reverent love principle, devotion, adoration, favor. Pisces and the conqueror, triumph. It's a triumph card. So triumph over the 6, right? Triumph over temptation, right? Even with the Pisces card, has that of being a conqueror, being a triumph over, could be addictions, different things like that. So you are seeking a way. Pisces is the sign of dreams and mysticism. You know what I'm saying? So you're learning something. You're putting your mind to something. Where your outcome lies for you. You just have to get there. You're seeking, you want it, you can have it, it'll be there for you, but all the stars got to align, right? All the planets got to align. And that's within you. That solar system that's within you has to align. And you'll know it when you see it, okay? You'll know exactly what's going on, where the next steps lie for you when it does come across your path, okay? But you are conquering temptations, you're conquering laziness. You're changing. You're not just going with the vices. You're going to make different moves for yourself, So it's perfect. All right, so the Youth of Swords, right? Known as the Page in a lot of decks. Is synonymous with like a Capricorn figure, very crafty, subtle, reserved, various. You know what I'm saying? I use talkative, curious, restless at times, energetic, clever, gossipy, a spy, a person that always know what's going on. This is a person who delves into the conversation around them so they have a better understanding. So you might be, like I said, learning something, not just learning something, but you're very curious. It's a Youth of Swords. It likes to learn new things. With the earth element here, you got this air and this earth here, and you're sucking in a lot of information. This is what I'm feeling. But, you haven't put it into practical use, but you are pulling in a lot of information. So this is probably the best place you could be with going into this April here, with sucking in this information, gaining knowledge and wisdom and understanding as to what's going on. Let's see. And then we got a 7 of Swords. So my thing is with the 7 of Swords, don't be afraid to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to feel like your movements have to be underhanded. I feel like you feel like your movements kind of gotta be, underhanded. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be that way now. But now I understand making moves quietly, and that's different. Making moves quietly. But you don't have to sneak and do it, but you could definitely make moves on the low quietly. It's like finding a new job and not letting the job you working at know that you're looking for a new job until you're ready to leave your 2 weeks is usually what happens. You're ready to leave your 2 weeks notice. You're not just running around telling everybody I'm looking for a new job. You're just looking, you're seeking. You don't have to tell everybody you're going back to school for whatever. You're just going back to school. But watch out for the betrayals, the deceptions, theft, thievery is around. People are trying to get away with something. Or they just, you could just be you're acting strategic about your moves, which is wonderful as well. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. If the G's in lasagna are silent. Come on now, you know that. The Reaper, immortality, this is the death card in Rider-Waite. What's called the Reaper in the Egyptian tarot. The death and rebirth. That's what you're seeking. That's what you're going towards. That's what the Most High has put on your plate, is going towards. It's a death and rebirth. It's something new. You're learning something new. You can't wait to do something new, something different. You know, it's on the forefront of everything that you got going on right now. You are ready for a change. And with this death card here is the Most High is going to make that change for you, because the Most High knows the desires of your heart. You see, Most High already knows the desires of your heart. So you're ready for the change. The Most High is ready for you to receive that change as well. But you got to get rid of the old. Even that relationship you've been in, it's not going to get no better. It's going to get worse. Whatever's going on with you in this situation that you're in with this partner, you don't see it getting better. Guess what? It's not. The Most High right here is saying it's time for a rebirth. And everybody's not good at the rebirth. That's why I say, you know, with the earth signs here, they slower to move, to make change. A lot of people don't like change. I had a coworker tell me this week, say, you stepping down? Don't step down. I don't like change. I said, well, change is good. I had another coworker try to throw religion at me, and I said, well, you need to be open to a lot more than just what you got going on. This person starts to tell me, oh, well, that brings about a lot of confusion. I said, well, confusion is good. That's how you learn. I said, the minute we think we know everything, that's when we lost. The minute you think that what you got going on at your church with your Bible and that pastor who grew up just like you, notice, who grew up just like you, that's the minute you lost. She said, you sound like the type of person that, this was before that, but she was saying, you sound like the type of person that'll hop from church to church. So I ain't been to church in forever. I got a Bible at my house that I do read. I don't go to no church. You know, so a lot of people are stuck in that box as well. You keep growing. Don't let people hold you back. Don't let people try to stop and tell you something different. And the reason the girl was saying it to me is because I think in her eyes, you know, she kind of liked me. I know she, I mean, I've been out with her before, and I know she likes me, but she doesn't like my Scorpionism, my Scorpio waterism, and she's an Aries. And it's not, I've dealt with an Aries before who was staunch Muslim. This one I'm talking about is staunch Christian, but I've dealt with an Aries before who was staunch Muslim, and it was cool because I knew that this person grew up in a Muslim country overseas, didn't grow up here in a Christian world, a so-called halfway Christian world, because, I swear that these Christians don't follow the Bible. Now Islam, they might do all the practices Islam want them to do. Ramadan, they serious, they fasting, they do all the stuff Islam wants them to do. Cover their heads, the faces, most of the Islam countries are doing it. The Christian countries, we twerking on Saturday, going to church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So, but being that she was an Aries, I knew she was kind of staunch on it. But the other thing about that is I know some Aries tarot readers. I know some Aries and a lot of different things. But I just only said that to give it context, because a lot of y'all are very into the signs like I am. And that's the main thing. Don't let these times right now influence you. Stay the course. Stay on track. Move forward. You know what I mean? Yeah, move forward. It's spring now. Spring forward. Right? We fall backwards during the fall. It's spring forward. Make those changes. Make those moves. So many people get to this point right now and they don't want to make changes and moves because they say, oh, well, the summertime's coming. Well, you grown. You ain't off for the summer. You still got to work all summer. Why are you afraid to make changes? Because the summer's coming. That don't make no sense. Thought, number 44 equals the 8. The thought is you've been building this. You've been giving this a lot of thought. It's not just something that, or you might not even be seeing all the things that you've built that you can cultivate for yourself. You've built a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? You've got a lot of things that you can profit off of, in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, these things are going to, this change, this rebirth, this business that you're going to do, this, these things that you're going to do are going to be beneficial to your life, so I see this thought card as an active card. It's about promises and projects and things that you've been building, So the Ace of Coins. So the thing about the Ace of Coins is, you might have to get, the Ace of Coins is just one coin. It's a spark. It's news. The one, right? It's one. So it really deals with like getting your ducks in order. You know what I'm saying? You're just about there. You're just about ready to go through that death and rebirth, that crossover. But you might need to sign your paperwork. You know what I mean? Take care of those little things that you need to do. But the coin does represent finances, abundance. So it is on your horizon, more financial opportunities, a career opportunity. You just manifesting the stuff that you want to manifest in the first place. Your physical health. You might be going back to working now, going to the gym, this and that and the third. So your physical health as well. The Knight of Cups, or the Youth of Cups. So it's the Page of Cups. Don't be afraid, you know what I mean, of this as well. I understand that there could be some fear surrounding this change. My hopes is that the fear isn't what's got you moving slower. You know what I mean? But it also represents you believing in yourself. So that's a part of it. And it's hard. It's like, can I do it? Can I make it? Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can make it. So that's a big part of this, is the belief in yourself, the belief in that you can do it, the belief in your new product, the belief in your education, the belief in what you got going on, is big and very important. That's the only really way it's going to manifest, is you have to have that unshakable belief. If you do not believe in what you're selling, nobody else is going to believe in it either. You have to know that your product, you have to know that you're ready for whatever it is. It could be anything, but you got to know that you're ready. So I got number 7, the Thinker. I think. You're putting a lot of thought into this, from the 7 to the 8, the thought. So we go from thinking to manifesting in reality. So you're doing a lot of researching, thinking, uncovering things, uncovering mysteries. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I think, like I was talking to the Aries girl, and she was talking about the religion and stuff like that. And that's great, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, like, even what this is saying, seek those spiritual things that help you get by. Seek that stuff. If it's prayer, do it. If it's meditation, do it. You know, that's the stuff that's going to keep you grounded while you're trying to move into a change. You're trying to make a change. That's the stuff that's going to keep you grounded, like these earth signs here. You know what I'm saying? You want to be grounded in that. The alchemist, the temperance, is you looking for the balance. And then we got the seven of coins, which is you figuring out which, you ready to step on the path. When you ready to step on the path, then, you can go move how you want to move. But you want to make sure that when you make that step, it's solid ground over there. You want to step into the sinking sand or the water. You want to make sure that when you do take that step, it's solid ground over there. So that's what the Most High is saying. Just keep going forward to what you're going towards, but make sure it's concrete. Okay, if you're not ready, you're just not ready. You are going towards being ready, and that's the main part. Okay, I like this reading so far. It's just the fact that we're all ready for a change, and so it's time for change. You know what I mean? We're gonna go right in here to Taurus season pretty soon here, and that's going to be a lot of grounding energy as well. So while you look over the policies and procedures right now, then going into this April here, once we transition on over into Taurus season, then we're going to have it concrete, right? We're going to have it turn into concrete. Okay. Yeah, pilgrimage. So this might be where I start to close this reading, because with pilgrimage here, this is your life journey. That's all. What this is saying right here is like, this ain't no mistake. No, this ain't no mistake. You are right where you're supposed to be. Every choice and decision that you've made in life, whether you think it was a mistake or not, has already been written, has already been walked. The Most High knew you was going to double back. The Most High knew what choice you was going to make, even when you didn't know what choice you was going to make. Being that the Most High knew, and when I say the Most High, because there are other gods, but we're talking about higher than them, right? Who tell the gods what to do? The Most High God, right? So with that, you are on your life's journey. So on your life's journey, it's already been predestined. It was written. That's why they say it was written. I see two birds look like they fighting. Now what it is in this season right here, them two birds aren't fighting. They are doing their mating dance. Okay. There's going to be a lot of new birds born. We're going into that warm season soon. April showers bring May flowers. So we're going to go through a nice little rainy season for the spring here, and then move right on to that heat. And the heat, you know what I'm saying, usually brings more babies. And it's just like right now, right? All Mother Nature kind of moves together. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just happening for birds, these two birds, but it's happening for the human beings, the rest of us as well. Because, the birds represent the air signs in a lot of the tarot as well. And we got a lot of Mercury here, a lot of thought-provoking signs. Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? But it's touching this earthly energy as well. It's like you know where to put your mind at, but you have to fill out the application. You see, which takes time. You know, the thing, like, I was just talking about this the other day, is you could send your resume, but once that website, that job asks you for your resume, then what they do, they send you right over to fill out all the information you just sent on your resume. Why I gotta fill out all of this? You just asked me, it's on my resume. But they want the number to your job, you know, the dates you worked there, you know, like emergency contact, like your resume is not just enough. So it could get daunting, you know. I couldn't imagine having to go through 2 resumes a night, you know what I'm saying, unless I really had to. But, you know, it's taking you some time. You might have a good resume to send, boom, and I highlight, you know, your work history and your skills, but then they want to know on the application part, the rest of it. Then you got an assessment to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, an application for a job could be real daunting. It could take a long time. So this is what this is saying. You've been moving through those applications. You've been applying places, you know, but they take a long time to finish. You know, it's not just send your resume, boom, you're gone. You're good. Unless you send it on Indeed or something. But you know how many times I sent my resume on Indeed and they still say, thank you for your resume. Can you go to our website and fill out the application? I mean, what? So I'm with you. I feel y'all, you know. It's just going to be April. You know, we're going into it. It's going to be a little tough, you know, for most people. So I just say stay consistent, stay grounded, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you going. Yeah, the Enchantress. So this is Strength's card. And so I might just go ahead and end it there, because the Strength card, so what we're doing is I'm getting a lot of major arcanas now, which is letting me know, you know, I could start rapping, because it's really just healing. You know what I mean? It's the spiritual healing. You know, you making this new move here, going in this new direction, is healing for you. It's going to be healing, spiritual healing for you. You know, it's going to be, it's a part of that life path that we're talking about. Your pilgrimage was the card before that. This Strength card is telling me more that it's your pilgrimage. That's what's happening. You know, and the persuasion aspect of the Strength card is you doing the job interviews. So you might be coming into, what's happening is you're going to be coming into interviews. Now it's time to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of the job process. You got your resume. Now you got to fill out the long application. Now you're going to get called in for the interview. Now you got to sell yourself. So it would probably be good to practice what interview questions, you know, that could come your way, you know, interview questions, you know, that's the next part, right? How you show up at the interview, how you going to dress, what you going to say, you know, Google it. What are some questions an employer might ask me when I go to the interview, right? Love situation could be the same thing. We just talked about dating. You going on that date to sell yourself, to look presentable to this partner, this person that you think might be your next potential person. You know, the love of your life. You've met somebody, you see something, you gotta show this person that you are intelligent. You know, you just start. That's part of it. You know, that's part of it. The interview process is the date. You know. So yeah, I see that y'all are going into a lot of that, which is really good, and I'm really happy for you all. I'm going to take one last clarifying card just to close it out. Okay, Most High, just give me one last clarifying card. Let's go ahead and close it out for the people. It's been a good relationship reading. It's been a good career reading. And the Sun card, inspiration, happiness and joy, true happiness, you know, sacred union, new love, right? Sacred union, new job, sacred union, not even just new job, like where your soul's supposed to be. You're gonna be working in a career field where your spirit and your soul's supposed to be. I'm sorry for the plane, y'all. It's time to land the plane, I know it. So I am going to go ahead and land it there with the Sun card. Let that light shine in you. All right, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the Ancient Divinations, blazing one for the nations here. Go ahead and hit that like button for me if you like the reading. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, or even send this video to whoever needs to hear this for some motivation. I think this is a great motivating video as well for those who are seeking to move forward in life. I see that's what's really going on with us right now. So I thank y'all for tuning in with me. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, okay? Peace.